more, but there is a marker down.
Yeah, it looked like Pittsburgh's right side was offsides. Of course, they'll decline it if that's true, but it looked to me like Pittsburgh was jumping the gun a bit.
John Banasak made the stop. Offside against the Steelers. And we will surmise here that the Bears will decline the penalty, which will mean it'll be a first down at the 41-yard line. Here's the Pittsburgh linebackers. Couldn't find three better in all of professional football than Messrs. Ham, Lambert, and Cole.
Number 56, defense, decline.
It was Robin Cole, the linebacker, who was offside. Here's the Pittsburgh secondary. You've had a little experience throwing into that group.
Yeah, it's a good secondary. They're excellent tacklers. They do a good job against the run, Pittsburgh, because their cornerback supports so well, Blount and Johnson.
Payton on the pitch. Cuts back inside, picks up 5 to the 46-yard line. Oh, he can move upfield once he makes that cut.
Yeah, Payton he can do it all. He's got great quickness. Once he makes his move, he can cut inside. Right here, when he makes that move, he's still at full speed. He can cut inside. Lambert's over there. He gets knocked out of the play, though, and there's a couple of Greenwoods over. But Payton's ability to cut, Frank, when he cuts, he's at full speed, and that's the difference between the great ones and the also runs. When he cuts, he's got that speed acceleration, and he's got those quick feet also.
They pick up a 5 yards of the play. It is second down 5. Bears moving the football from their 47-yard line. Early in the game, no score. Great big hole. And Payton jets across the 50, past the 45, and down to the 42. Now that's impressive.
Yeah, that's an excellent play. They're going into the middle a little bit. Greenwood is jumps just a tad. They don't call him there, but he's still off balance there. And it looks like Sorey was able to get out. And once Greenwood made that move, though, he was off balance a little bit. He tried to get back, and then Payton cut inside the block by Sorey.
That's another first down at the 43-yard line. Ricky Watts, by the way, has just come into the game. So he must have retreated to the locker room and got that ankle tape securely. He's in at a wide receiver right now. And Phipps is looking in his direction. Decides to go short instead and completes it at the 30-yard line to Suey. Matt Suey is down to the 25 and down to the 22, and the Bears are on the move.
Well, Suey came in there, and Robin Cole had him man-to-man, and Phipps laid it right out in front of Cole. Cole had Suey man-to-man, but the ball was well thrown, and Suey made a good catch. Cole was close behind. It was a fine throw and a fine catch.
Watch Robin Cole's hand here.
He's got his left hand, missed it by an inch. Well, Watts is back out again, but he's still going to play today.
Suey up the middle, down to the 20 to the 19-yard line. A pickup of 3. It's second down 7. There's Neil Armstrong, the Chicago Bears coach. An interesting chat with him before the game. He told me that he met you at a banquet last year. And you want to tell the story? Who you thought he was?
It was in Chicago, and I thought he was the astronaut. I barely got out of my mouth, but I was sure enjoyed your trip in space. And before I was half done, there was no, I'm not the astronaut. So he's heard it a few times before, and I was just one of the klutzes he's heard it from.
Second down 8. Bears at the 19-yard line, make it 7. Phipps with good protection, going for 6. Boschnagel almost with a spectacular grab. Brian Boschnagel, who played his high school football here in Pittsburgh at North Allegheny High School before moving on to Ohio State, an All-American career. That would have been a great
We're going to see it again here. J.T. Thomas has got him to the inside. Johnson's got him to the outside. And Boschnagel splits the two of them. And really, J.T. was a little bit up front. He was a little bit too far in front of Boschnagel, but they had him double-teamed. The ball was thrown in there, and he almost made a one-handed catch.
It is second down. Make it third down. Still needing 7 for the first down. The Chicago Bears at the 19-yard line.
Here's where the Steelers are tough down here, Frank. They like to blitz inside the 20-yard line.
James Scott is in the game. He's wide to the left side. Ricky Watts is split to the right. Well, they're faking that blitz. And Thomas was offside. Payton on the carry. J.T. Thomas, 24.
What they do
Watch him.
Inside the 20, they like to blitz a lot. They like to fake the blitz. But here, of course, J.T. is he's a safety that's going to blitz this time. You can blitz with linebackers or the strong safety, the weak safety. That time they were going to bring everybody, including J.T. Thomas, and he has to gamble on the count. He's got to anticipate the count, and as you saw, he did not anticipate the count.
Impressive opening drive by Chicago. They go at the pitch to Payton, and Payton has the first down at the 10-yard line. Walter Payton, who has now rushed 4 times for 32 yards. And keep in mind that they haven't given up 100 yards rushing to a runner since back in 1977, too. Payton was supposed to play here in 75 as a rookie, was injured. That's the only start he would have had against the Steelers. Look at Alan Page.
The man peeking around the corner there was Alan Page. He's anxious to get in the game, but he'd like to sit on the sidelines, let this Bear offense do the job.
Bears could pick up a first down here inside the 1-yard line as they give it to Suey. And Suey carries it to the 7.
That was just an inside handoff. I think they were faking Payton to the outside and didn't get much. But it keeps them honest.
Bears are hurting at that wide receiver position. They got people banged up all over the place, but the Steelers, of course, are not without their injuries either. As we mentioned, Joe Green is not expected to see action because of the flu. That gentleman is the Bears field goal kicker, Bob Thomas, who may be called upon here in a couple of downs. Second down. 7 to go for the first down. About 7.5 to go for the touchdown. Tips. Dropped back at the 18-yard line by John Banasak, number 76, the right end.
Well, that was a big play by Banasak. He came, he must have come around Albrecht. Can't quite see him here, but he made an inside escape. He faked to the outside and came inside at Ted Albrecht, number 64, and Banasak is created the 5th trap for the Steelers. The Steelers are down in traps this year. They've only had 4 going into this game, so that's number 5, and that came at a opportune time.
That's in contrast to the Steelers. I should say the Bears 15. 3rd down.
In that 3-man rush now, 3 men down, and they got the one lineman out.
Bears from the 17-yard line. Move it to the 11, and that's going to be it. So Bob Thomas will be called upon to do his number as the trap certainly paid off. Williams, the pass receiver, Dave Williams, who was signed early last year as a kick returner and then saw all kinds of service because of injuries to Harper and other Bear running backs. Chuck Noll, the head man of the Pittsburgh Steelers. You called him, as I recall, one of the, if not the most underrated coach in football.
Well, he doesn't get the fanfare that a lot of coaches do, and a lot of them deserve it, but he's right up there with the best. Of course, he came...
28-yard field goal attempt by Thomas is good.
Right through the middle. He was the backup coach of the 70s behind Don Shula.
Chicago Bears, an 80-yard drive culminating in that 28-yard field goal, and they lead the Steelers 3-0. Capacity crowd of 55,000 as you look at Frank Pollard standing a yard past the goal line. Bob Thomas with the kickoff, and Pollard takes this one 2 yards deep. After the 10, 15. Pollard at the 20. You'll notice he made very sure he hung on to that football. Steelers will take it at the 32.
Well, Terry's had some sore ribs. He's wearing a flak jacket, and I asked him about it.
The only problem I had, Roger, was pressing on the ribs, and it actually made them sore than if I just dressed like this. But I have to wear them to prevent me from breaking them, and it's not going to prevent them from hurting if I get hit.
1st and 10. Steelers' first offensive possession at their 31-yard line. There's a fumble, a loose football, as the ball was wrestled loose from Greg Hawthorne, and the Bears have recovered. And again, the old turnover bug bites the Pittsburgh Steelers on their first play from scrimmage.
Franco, an inside handoff to Hawthorne, and he just lost control of the ball. He didn't get hit. He just lost the football. And some Bear underneath there recovered it.
Turnover number 12 on the season for the Pittsburgh Steelers, who led the league in that category. Blank picked up the fumble for the Bears. Their fine safety. And a golden opportunity here for Chicago as they have a first down at the Steeler 38-yard line.
They go to that short pass to back again here.
Barschnagel to the right side, Scott to the left. Running backs are Walter Payton and Matsui, or rather Williams. And Phipps trying to throw the ball. Fumbles it. It's a loose football. And the Steelers get it.
Well, that's
First, now comes the question: was his arm going forward or back?
they kept both. They were going for the bundle here. They kept both backs in blocking right there, and Payton's man Cole got away and got around Payton and caused the fumble.
So the turnovers are even at 1 apiece. The Steelers have a football, and when we come back to Pittsburgh, they'll have a 1st and 10.